Send this live out to everybody. Send this live out to as many people as possible. Are you ready for transformation? Are you ready for transformation? Send this live out and comment done when you're finished. Shout out to my guy, Waldo. What up? Waldo Speaks. My brother, where you at? Where you at? Yo, I'm in Atlanta. I'm in Atlanta this weekend. So if you're around, bro, come around. If you're around, definitely come through. But are you ready for a new life? Are you ready for transformation? Are you ready for a new you? Shout out to Kevin Vest. Sierra, what up? Send this live out. Send this live out, y'all. All right, so let me post this and let me pin this right here. And look, I want to build too. I want to build. So if anybody wants to come up and share, definitely come up and share. I want to build, y'all. Definitely come up and share, 100%. Like, are you ready to become a new you? Let me know in the chat. Share this live out, comment done when you're finished. Are you ready to become a new you? Share this live out, comment done when you're finished. Are you ready for transformation? Are you ready for a new you, a new version, a new level? Are you ready for another level? Shout out to everybody who's coming in. Share this live out. I want to know, like, are you ready for transformation? Because most people want to get to the bag, but before you can get your money right, you got to get your mind right. I know this sounds cliche. I know. It's just like, just where the money at. I understand that, but that's the problem. That's why the money hasn't shown up to you. Because money is a spiritual thing. Money is spiritual. Money is an exchange of energy. Money is frequency. Money belongs in motion. So a person who isn't spiritually inclined when it comes to money, you're probably not going to have a lot of money. And I know on TV, they paint this picture as people with a lot of money is pretty much an evil person or whatever the case may be, did some dirt to get to the bag. But the key to getting to your bag is getting to your mind. And I want to build with somebody. So, send a request to come up and build, because this is all about transformation. I'm willing to put it on the line. That's why I'm on live right now. Before, like, I'm not a social media person. Like, I'm just not. So I said, you know what? I got to change that language. I got to become somebody different. I got to get on social media. Why? Because I have a message that needs to be heard by people who want to hear that message. There's people here that want to transform. I've been able to take my life to a whole nother level, a different height. I've been able to take my annual income, turn it into monthly income. I've been able to do so many different things as just within myself, right? Being able to go from a very low point in 2019 to being where I'm at right now, it has been tremendous. And I think other people deserve to get that too. I think people deserve to live a better life. I think you deserve to have a new you, right? I think you deserve to have bigger and better things. I think you deserve to be in a different position. If you deserve, somebody put in the chat, I deserve. If you deserve a new life, somebody put in the chat, I deserve, right? If you deserve to really be a person of power, a person of love, connectivity, send this live out and share this live out. If you deserve to have something that's worth living for, because guess what? This life is temporary. Guess what? This life is temporary. You need to see yourself. And the craziest thing is you don't have to do anything. You get to. Damn. You get to wake up every day. You get to have a chance to inspire somebody. You get to be a person that could really transcend your family's legacy. You could break generational curses. You got a chance to be the greatest version of you. You got a chance to really enjoy life. Like, let's just be real here. What's the point? Somebody send a request to come up here and build. What's the point of living a life that you don't get to enjoy? What's the point of living a life that you don't get to enjoy? So I just put a video up on my page, right? And this is a social experiment where they click bells, right? And they get three actors coming in and they sit down. Every time they click the bell, they get up, sit down. Every time they get the bell, they get up, right? They bring some real people in. The real people, they're coming in and they don't know what's going on. And they're like, all right, cool. We just following everybody else that's doing the same thing. Are you just following people? Like when it comes to working the 40, being a person that's following. I really want to know, are you being a person that's leading? Because think about it, y'all. This whole transformation is about leadership. Are you leading yourself? When it comes to your finances, you can see this really fast. Are you just following people? Because guess what? If you're just following people, chances are you're gonna get the short end of the stick. What's up, my guy? What's up, my guy? You're gonna get the short end of the stick. If you are leading, you're gonna be the one that's determining things, right? What's up, Apolline? How you feeling, Magic Mobile? What's the word, my brother?
Feeling magical, feeling magical.
Yo, you are magical. You're a magical person, bro. So right now we're talking about, are you ready for a new you? Like we want to know, are you ready for a new you? Right? So this is how I look at it, y'all. And I want to build with somebody. So somebody send a request to come up and build with us because I want to build. I'm really looking to build this community full of love, connectivity, and financial prosperity. But I know it starts with me. I got to be the person, like I said, I got to get on live. I don't really like to get on live. That's done with now. I got to be on live. I believe me on live. All right, come on, we get on live, right? Because we got our tribe out there. We want to speak to the people that want to hear about transformation, that want to hear about growth, that want to hear about evolution. And you need other partners, right? Like, see, think about it. The top three problems: lack of money, lack of time, lack of strategy, right? You don't have time. You got to get up 90 minutes earlier than you normally get up, right? Oh, you don't have, let's say more time, right? You don't have time. And guess what? You got to delegate things because you're doing too many minimum wage activities. Okay, you don't have time. What else? All right, you got to figure out, are you spending major time on minor things? So these are the things we need to start thinking about, right? These are the things that we need to start doing. All right, cool. When it comes to money, you don't have the money, then okay, you need to get a better skill. You need to get more skill. All right, you don't have money. Okay, maybe because you're spending too much time at the 9 to 5 and all of your time is taken up. You need to figure out, how can I partner with people? You don't have the strategies. You got to have mentors. You got to have partners around. You got to have a circle of support and love. And this is how you start to transform your life. So King, I want you to go ahead and just touch on anything that you've been hearing or anything that's been going on, any downloads that you've been getting.
Yeah, I want to add a fourth to that. You know, we talked about the top three things that people lack, but let's talk about the lack of partnerships, of that mindset of what partnerships does. Because, you know, like the mindset Mogul said, we don't really like to get on live. We don't like to be on social media. We like to just be, right? Be out in the world and be. But we push each other. Why? Because we see the vision that both of us say we want. So crew might now be like, oh, I want to get on live, and I might hit him up, yo, let's go live. Right. Or he might hit me up and say, let's go live. Why? Because we know the vision that we said we had. And we also know that we have a mindset that needs to be shared. Everybody doesn't have the vision that you have. And when you have a vision that's outside of the norm, that's outside of, you know, the conversations that you have with the everyday person, you're blessed with that for a reason. Like you have a a duty to share that thing because you were blessed with that thing for a reason.
Absolutely. So when we talk about minimum wage activities, right? What are some minimum wage activities that people do that if they was able to get that out the way, it could transform their lives in a way that is magical? I'm talking about like instantaneously, right? Like what is that?
Yeah, so definitely anything that's not a necessity. If it doesn't require you to be there physically, then it's a minimal wage activity. If you have the means to afford a chef, get a chef. Because you go in the kitchen, you gotta cut things up, you gotta clean things up after. Man, if you got the means for it, then do that. If you got an apartment, you might need to hire a cleaner. If you got the means for it, do that. But if it's a necessity for you because having a clean space is a necessity, then you got to do that also. So it's your minimal wage activities is all based off of where you are at the moment, what you can afford at that moment. But then again, because I'm this person, right? So this is something I do. And you can say it's a good thing, a bad thing, a workable thing, non-workable thing. But whenever I speak, I see both sides of what I'm talking about at the same time. So I could say, oh yeah, if you could afford it, but can't you afford it if you put the right work in? Like if you really wanted to afford that thing, to get past that thing that you see as a minimal wage activity, can't you get the capital to replace that thing and do something that's more purposeful, do something that's more impactful?
Absolutely. And sometimes it's like, how do I even get the money, right? So being inside communities, I'm talking about being inside places where you could actually get the value, you could actually get the information that changes the situation is crucial. But nothing is going to work unless you work. Like I want to build with some people. I don't want to sit up here and just be talking to my bro Lane. I was just on the phone with him. I could just get back on the phone with him and talk. Like the whole purpose is for us to build a community. The thing for me is the reason why I'm so passionate about community, and I've always been this way. I'm the type of person that'll play 2K and be like, yo, play on my team. Or let me play on your team. Let's play on this team together versus playing against you because I want us both to win. If I beat you, right, I'm not gonna be upset. I'm gonna be happy, but you might be upset and you might not be happy. But if you beat me, I'm not gonna be upset. I'm not gonna be happy, but I'm not gonna be upset. So, but if we play together and we both win, then we both get happy. We none of us upset. So that's how I look at it. And the same thing is with business too, right? It's like understanding how to connect with us because the more I got to know about myself, the more I got to know about other people. Like there was times where I didn't see that transformation is something that people want. And it's not even about what they want, it's about what they need, bro. Like I didn't know I needed transformation until I wanted better for myself, right? I just wanted more. I said more. I just wanted more. And one day I had an Airbnb guest. So I was doing Airbnb in New York City. And this was like in Queens, New York City. And it was a winter night. It was around in February. And this dude came in and he stayed with me for like a month already at this time. He just kept signing up again. I'm like, damn, all right, cool. Stay with me for a month. I was getting a little nervous because in New York City, if people stay with you a month, they almost can get the right to say they live somewhere. So I was like, bro, he's like, no, I'm just transitioning between houses. And I was like, so what are you doing though that you could afford an Airbnb for like, over a month and more time? He said, yo, I'm a teacher. I got students. So what do you teach? I teach music, bro. I get paid off my music. And then he showed me his catalog of music. I'm like, yo, your songs is type fire. They're not the average songs that I would hear from the average person. They were more like radio ready songs. And I was like, yo, bro, like put me on. And at this time we're making music, right? So this is 2019. We're making music. So he's like, yo, I got a major level up. Yeah, he said I got a major level up. This was in 2018. He said I got a major level up, and he was like, it's this place called Landmark. So he showed me Landmark. He said, look, I can't really tell you what it's about, but all I'm gonna tell you is this: it's a place for transformation. You want to transform your life, you go there. You're gonna transform your life. No cap. Literally from there to now, bro, then transform my life, my brother. So I went there and I said, wow. I saw all the banners. They had a roadmap. You're gonna be here's where you are, here's where you go, as far as when you go through the program. And I said I want to be there because at the end of it, you were inspiring people to become great, but at the end of it, you were also great. So it's not just coming up here talking and giving motivation. It was being inspiration. It was like living proof of the thing. And to me, that was so powerful, bro. And I said, I want that. I want that. Now when I look around, I did that. I got that. You feel me? I did that. I want somebody else to say the same thing. I did that. Because success is something that you attract by the person you become. It's not that it was about the money or anything, because during that time I was hitting rock bottom where somebody else, because prior to that I paid for my girlfriend to take this program, and when it was my turn to take the program, I kind of needed some assistance to get in there, and somebody paid for me. So this was that type of thing where there was a bunch of love around. There was people who really wanted you to see you in the highest form, who wanted you to do well. Bro, we don't come from that. We come from, if you ain't with me, you against me. Oh, if you ain't doing this, you ain't that. So it was, to me, it was more like, wow, I done found the tribe of people I've been praying for. Like some of you have been praying for like-minded individuals. Some of you are in small towns and small cities where they think small and have small dreams. Some of you in places where when you share your big dreams with small minds, you now feel small. Some of you are pretty much dwindling who you are with your potential just to get the acceptance of other people. How do I know that? Because that used to be me, right? Back when in school, when I told everybody and I showed this, right, that I had a 99 grade point average. People was calling me nerd. It was like, yo, one time I had this shorty, she was like, yo, you a jiggy nerd. I was like, jiggy nerd? What you talking about? Because during this time, jiggy, right? The language jiggy. He's like, yo, you a jiggy nerd. And that's dope. I like that. And my mom like, damn. But the people that was quote unquote popular, I was popular, you were popular. But the typical person that was popular, they weren't book smart. They were street smart. So to me, it was like, okay, how do I balance the two? I'm an athlete, so that's why I'm getting that type of love anyway because I'm playing ball. I'm on the court, and in my first game in high school, I dropped 34 points, 35 points. So I'm already looking like some superstar. Plus, I got the swag. I'm from New York City. I was going to school in North Carolina, so I'm already like up there. But the fact that I I had to dumb myself down, at least I thought that. I had to dumb myself down because everybody else around me was they come on, bro. You get what I'm saying. So I don't want that to be anybody else because that took years off of my life. I could be way further ahead if I wasn't sitting in the corner acting like an introvert. I could be way further ahead if I was stepping into my light, shining my light. I could be way further ahead if I saw the opportunities right in front of me. Instead, I was just playing and following the crowd. So literally I had to step into this power of transformation, bro. So when I started realizing that transformation was at the forefront of everything, that's when I said, you know what? I want to step into that, and I want that to be me. I want to be a person that's transforming my life, and then as a result, I'm helping other people transform theirs.
So
And
you know what that musical artist gave you? He gave you a silent offer. He gave you a silent offer because what's an offer? An offer is the opportunity you give to a potential client to buy the thing or things that you help them to realize that they desired all along. So people
woo,
don't know what they
woo,
want.
hold on, hold on,
Hold
man.
on.
Hold on, nah. Because we was working on that for some time back then, boy. Snap it up, clap it up for yourself, King. Because you remember that. That's fine. Can you say that again for anybody that's watching? Because this is very important when it comes to sales and when it comes to offers.
So an offer is the opportunity you give to a potential client to exercise their desire to buy the thing or things that you help them to realize that they've desired all along. So for most people don't know what they actually want. They just see, oh, it's just like that video that you had posted, right? Like they see a bunch of people do things, so they think that that's the thing to do. And if they don't do that thing, then it's not right. So people still have this concept of right and wrong. But when you spark that that ignition in somebody's soul, and they can't deny it.
Right.
They can't deny that that felt right for them. That resonated with them. That was in alignment with their assignment. Is when it's like, okay, I need to get with that right there. That's what an offer is. So I said he gave you a solid offer, and that's what we're here to do as well, is help you to realize that all you really want is the same thing that everybody else wants. And what most people think they want is not really what they want. It's not really the thing that's most important to them. What's most important to everybody is to connect with other individuals, but we're so focused on the money that we think we have to do certain things to get money, and we think if we don't do that thing, then we're doing something wrong.
Right.
So that's what this community is about, is really helping you to realize your purpose. And we all kind of have the same purpose, which is to contribute towards each other and experience life in the deepest sense of what that looks like for us.
Right. And the way that I see it is that everybody wants to be loved, appreciated, heard, felt, and seen. But the true thing is we don't have that communication and interpretation. Right. So people talk about, oh, you got to communicate, but they leave out the part about interpreting. Right. How are you interpreting what somebody else is doing and saying? Just like that video that's on my page right now. There was individuals who were interpreting that just because the bell rang that they have to sit down or stand up. And sometimes just by the way that we think things are, it causes us to get a certain reaction that's out of alignment with our assignments. So literally, I want to hear from other people. And the reason why I want to hear from other people is because you and I could talk about this all day, but the space that I'm creating is transformation. The space that Apolline has created is transformation. Like, not only just through the highest frequency, which is love, but through other entities such as credit, right? Like, can you give us a little game on credit?
Man, somebody drop the money bags in the chat. Drop the money bags in the chat. Drop the credit emojis in the chat, because this is my first year having an 800 credit score.
Hey,
Yo, hold up.
clap it
First
up,
of
my
all,
guy.
this is my first year having an 800 credit score. And I didn't realize how crazy that was. Like, I showed that to one of my friends. He said, yo, bro, I thought that was a myth. He said, I thought that was a myth with the F's on it. With the
With
F's on it. I
the
thought that
F's,
was
how
a
many
myth.
F's on it? How many F's you put on that?
Yeah, so thing is though, you know, a year ago I was really struggling though. Like before I came into the program, I was door dashing, hopping out the. I couldn't even. This is like my second time really being in this mentorship, but the reason I didn't really execute the first time is because I was on a downhill. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to be on the calls and I'm, hopping in and out of calls, going in the Cheesecake Factory. Like I wasn't there. So at that point is when I realized that I'm doing 50 DoorDash a day, Instacart, and all these services, and it's like I'm doing a lot of work, but I'm not seeing any results. So there's something missing here. There's something missing here. So this is when I went on my spiritual journey, but it led me right back to this place because this is a place of love, connectivity, and financial prosperity. So, once I found the love, then it was time to come back to the financial prosperity side. And, going through this mentorship, I went from getting approved from $600,000 credit cards to getting approved for $25,000 credit cards. And that's all in less than 1 year.
Wait. Say the numbers again. You went from where to where?
600 and 1,000, between that range, that's all I would get to get approved for $25,000 credit cards.
Okay. How much do you have in funding right now?
350.
So with
350K.
with $350,000, what could you do with that? I mean, anybody in the chat, what could you do with $350,000? I mean, you let me know, but I believe for you, what could you do? What type of possibility is that presenting you now?
Well, it's presenting me opportunities on both sides. So people don't really think about this part, but once you have good credit, even if I didn't have funding, I could go into deals as a credit partner. So I've been getting opportunities where I'm getting presented with, yo, this property or this business is bringing in this amount. We just want you to come on as a credit partner, and this is the percentage you'll get. Now, as far as me having the 350, I mean, it's what I it's what I want to do, really. But for myself, I'm stepping into that owner investor space and acquiring cash flowing businesses. But I could partner with my mentor. I could partner with crew right now. Like, yo, you got a deal you like? Let's put the money up, and that'll make me top student of the month. Top student of the month.
Yeah, talk that talk, King. Yeah. So, wait, I thought I saw Kara in here. Kara, come up. If you could come up, Kara. Like, what I really want is true transformation, y'all. Like, it's not about anything else other than transformation. And like at this point in time, we deserve, we deserve to have love. We deserve to be appreciated. We deserve to feel amazing. You deserve to wake up. In fact, let's do a guided meditation. Y'all want to do a guided meditation? I'm down with that. If y'all down with that. So usually I don't do this on the lives. I do this on accountability programs, but we're gonna rock it on the live today. So just if you can at the moment, I want you to Inhale deeply into your lungs at capacity. I want you to slowly release through your mouth and finish the remaining air through your nostrils. Notice how light your body gets. I want you to inhale again deeply into your lungs at capacity. Slowly release through your mouth. Finish the remaining air through your nostrils. Just notice how much release, how much stress has gone away just by breathing. And I want you to enter into what we call the space of nothingness. This space of nothingness is the quantum world where you start to manifest everything that you desire. Before you can receive, you have to give. So while you're in this space of nothingness, think about what you must give up in order to receive. So as you sit down, you could be sitting right now, or you could be walking right now, or you could be doing something where I want you to imagine everything disappears around you into this space of nothingness where it's all white. And I want you to look in the distance. In the distance, there's something there, but you can't quite make it out. As you walk to that thing, it gets clearer and clearer and clearer and clearer. As you approach it, it shows itself, it reveals itself. Once again, that's a door. I want you to take that handle and I want you to turn and open up the door. When you open up the door, I want you to walk through. When you walk through to the other side, this is your utopia. I want you to see this as your utopia. I want you to see this as something that's amazing. I want you to see this as your favorite place. I want you to see this as something that you dreamed and you created. See, God created creatures, creation, and creators. You are a creator. What is this that you created? As I mentioned, your life is the way that you think things are. Are you ready for a new you? As you walk through that door and you see a new world, you see your favorite house, you may see your favorite location, you may be in your best car, you may see yourself on stage, you may see yourself as the highest version. I want you to see yourself as the highest version. I want you to imagine people coming up to you, walking up to you, saying, "Hey, I love you, you're amazing," whether that's family, whether that's friends, whether those are strangers, faces you never seen, faces in different places. I don't know. That's on you. You got to see and be able to feel that love. Everything is happening right on time. See, now that you're in your current space, you're operating in your current space, you can see that everything that you were going through was meant for you. Things weren't happening to you, they were happening for you. There's a familiar face that comes up to you amongst all the people. That familiar face is just talking to you, and that familiar face is just happy and exciting. That familiar face is your current you. So you're standing as your highest version, staring at your current you. What is that conversation like? What is that conversation like? Mm. As you have that conversation with your current self, I want you to change the perspective and become your current self, staring at your higher self. What is that conversation like? What does it feel like? Breathe. Intentionally breathe. Please understand that in reality, everything that's happening in your life is made up based upon the way that you perceive it to be happening. What is that for you? What is happening for you? When you look at your higher self, what is that transformation like? Is that person articulating better? Does that person look better? Does that person smell better? Like, are their skin, is their skin glowing, right? Like, what is it about this special person that is a higher level. Like, what is it about this person? And I want you to take a minute to just be in that conversation. As you two are in this conversation, there's another person that joins the conversation, and that person is the baby version of yourself, the youngest version of yourself, whether that person is 5, 6, 7, 12, 13, 14, 15. It's the younger version. What is that experience like? I want you to see it from your current version. I want you to see it from your current version. I want you to see it from your higher version. I want you to see it from the younger version. See it from all three perspectives. And what is that conversation like? What are you giving yourself permission to do? How are you transforming into your new life, bigger and better things? How are you elevating your life? Mm, mm. What does that look like? What does it feel like? So as this conversation comes to an end and you're seeing it from your highest version, your current version disappears, your younger version disappears, all the people that's around it disappears, and you're just left there in that space, whether that's your favorite place or your dream space. And you just breathe and say, I did that. I did that. That's right, you did that. Because everything that you've ever wanted is coming for you. You just got to put the work in. So as that whole scenario starts to come to a close and everything disappears and you get back to the space of nothingness, what does it feel like? What are you feeling? What are you experiencing? And everything else starts to populate back into your life. The floor that you're standing on, where you feel your feet on top of the floor, the seat that you're sitting in, where you feel your butt on that cushion, right? Your back against the seat chair. What does it feel like? As you hear my voice and you realize this was just a meditation. I really want to know, like, what was anybody's experience? If you want to share your experience, come up and share your experience. Lane, for you, I want you to share your experience, obviously, because you're right here, but I think that would give other people courage and strength to share their experience on that. What was that like for you, bro?
And I had the flashbacks of Game Boy Color, Yu-Gi-Oh cards, Dragon Ball Z shirts. That was just that was times, man. That was no times.
Yeah.
And that's what I always honestly I never really let go of that thing of living out or striving to be your inner child. Yeah, we are playing adult games, but at the same time, as far as how you experience life, it's still about that inner child. As far as how you gonna, you know, elevate past your circumstances now, it's about that inner child, that creativity, that imagination, and being playful. You
Right.
say this a lot is don't be serious, be intentional, which makes a lot of that go over people's heads, but it makes probably the most sense out of a lot of things I heard over the years. Don't be serious, be intentional.
Absolutely, absolutely. I would love for somebody else to come up and share and build. But in reality, man, all of it's that. All of it's this space of creation. All of it is this space of looking at it from a lens of how could I create the life in front of me? How could I create the path in front of me? And we do that every day on a daily basis. But what if we were doing it intentionally? What if we were doing it in a way that each day elevated our lives? What if we were doing it in a way that it gave us so much power that we could do anything that we set our minds to? And that is where we're going with this. When we talk about transformation, we're really talking about becoming a better version of ourselves. But how do we get to that point? How do we get to a better version of ourselves? And one thing I noticed was this: the reason why mentorship is important is because you need other people to be able to look at the situation from a bird's eye view. Like when you're inside the situation, you can't see it as well as somebody on the outside. This is why it's so easy for us to give information to other people and give suggestions and give ideas. But for ourselves, it's hard for us to take our own ideas. It's hard for us to execute on those ideas because we're seeing it from an up close view versus seeing it from a bird's eye view, right? So when we see it from a bird's eye view, it's different. It hit differently. So I want to encourage everybody, like, to step into their light, to step into their power. Whether you need transformation from a personal side or a business side, right? The way you do one thing is how you do everything, right? The way you do one thing is how you do everything. So literally, what can you do right now today to put yourself into action to go out there and execute? So I would say if you lack time, right? If your thing is, oh, I lack time, time is also the answer for you. Like, what what could you be doing with your time? Are you spending major time on minor things? Are you doing things such as minimum wage activities? Right? Like those are the steps that we're talking about. Are you actually putting yourself in a position for success? Are you connecting with other people? When you talk about a lack of money, the reason why you might think that you may lack money is because you lack the skill or the awareness that you already possess the thing, right? Because there's people around in your environment telling you you can't when you know that you can. So I want you to see yourself as the highest version. I want you to see yourself as the greatest version. I want you to see yourself getting through what you're going through because guess what? There's nobody quite like you. So before we close the live up for you, King, what it is that you actually help people with? I just want to let people in on how we serve the community. Like, what do you help people with, King?
Oh man, my magic wand is in the other room, but I'll still drop a little magic on y'all. So what I do is credit alchemy. So it doesn't matter where you are on your credit journey. Even if you're somebody with good credit, you can have a 750 credit score, but I'll bring everybody up to the 800 club. We don't do 750 club no more. We do the 800 club. So I help people to get to the 800 club, get over $150,000 in both personal and business funding, build their personal credit, build their business credit, and we out of here. And we out of here.
So the thing is, if y'all want to be part of the 800 credit group, if y'all want to be part of getting your life to a level where you can pretty much acquire anything based upon your credit resume, then DM me the word A plus credit or the phrase A plus credit, right? DM me that word. We're gonna put you in our A plus credit group. DM me the word A plus credit. We're gonna put you in our A plus credit group. So Apollina is pretty much going to show you that. He's really going to break it down for you so that way you can have everything that you need. Now, when we talk about transformation, it's a holistic approach. It's not just about transforming with the money because if you have the money but you don't have the mind, you blow the money and you lose your mind. That was a ball, by the way. That was a ball for y'all. If y'all ain't catch it, I gotta pick that up. But the reality of it is, you got to have strategic partnerships. You got to have the right people in place. And it's easier than we think. It's really easier than we think. It's just that we get it in our own ways, right? Like we're in our own way.
And I just wanted to talk about how you just said, it's beyond the money. So credit in itself is a spiritual thing. Money is a spiritual thing, but credit is also a spiritual thing. So most people don't know that what they think is a credit card isn't a credit card. Your social security card is a credit card. Like if you look at the USC codes and we're talking about law, but when we talk about law and the Constitution, these are things that never change.
Right.
They change, what do you call those codes, but they don't change the law because it's nature's law. The law that's in these books, like the Constitution, has to be bound by nature's law. So when I say that your social security card is your credit card, when you look at the USC code and look up that word, you'll see that it's a card that you use to exchange for money. That can't be a credit card, right? You don't exchange a credit card for money, you exchange a social security card. So you're the person with the credentials. And this is why when they talk about bad credit, they relate it to bad health. It's because it's beyond what you think credit is. Credit is also one of those spiritual things. So that's why we're in the A plus credit group, A plus everything, talking about wealth, health, and building partnerships.
Absolutely. When we talk about credit, I want y'all to think about the philosophy of credit. It's an exchange of energy. It's a motion and a movement, right? It's basically determining who you are as a person. So the higher your credit score is based upon who you are as a person, and it's not always that in every person's case. Particularly, it's with people who are business owners, right? So now, if you're a personal, if you're talking about personal, then yeah, you're probably just a person who are in a squeeze and in a pickle. You just need some money or whatever the case may be, and then you never actually made the money back to pay it off. We understand that you still could be a great person or whatever the case may be, but typically the way you do one thing is how you do everything. So if you're showing up and your credit report is bad, then technically you're bad business, right? So what do you need to do? So if you get your credit repaired or you get your credit into a place where it's rejuvenated, you now have to step into a new role of transformation. You now have to step into a new space of doing business in a way that you handle yourself. So one of the ways that we like to do it is doing our accountability programs, right? So we love doing our accountability programs because this whips you into shape. The quality of your life is found through your habits. So it's not that you have a bad credit score just because you have a bad credit score because of the habits. Where are you placing the money at? Where are you exchanging your energy? Right? Are you exchanging your energy to Netflix? Or are you exchanging your energy into mentorship? Are you exchanging your energy into partnerships? Are you putting your power into places and things that's going to allow it to circulate? Right? So me and Apolline, we dominate in this space because we are being these people, right? Like the way that we show up in on the screen is the way that we show up in real life. And it's a true thing, that's authenticity, right? So when we talk about credit alchemy, just break that down a little bit. What's the credit alchemy?
The credit alchemy is the transform, like we do the personal transformation, you do the personal transformation, I do the credit transformation. So it's that credit transformation. But when we talk about good credit, bad credit, and great credit, the only reason you should really have bad credit, and we're going back to that transformation between the personal and business side, is if you had to run your credit up to get some assets. Now that circulation should be coming through the money that you're producing, the currency that you're producing. The only other reason that you should have bad credit is if you're unaware of the power of credit, because you have to be a responsible person to have good credit. First of all, you gotta be that kind of person. So with the credit alchemy, it's taking you from where you are to whatever that dream life looks like for you. Because once you have good credit, you're credible. They look at you as incredible, especially when you got an 800. When I tell people that, I'm talking about private equity firms that want to lend me money, and I tell them I got an 800. They like, what? Do you know you're in the 1%? Like if you're in the 800 club, you're in the 1%. Like you don't even, if you look up like the average credit score in each state, 800 is not even up there. It's a rare thing. It's a 1% thing. It's like being a 1%er when it comes to money. That's what an 800 credit score is. So that's what the credit alchemy is. We take you to the 800 club, walk you through the door so you can walk in any door credible.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So as we get ready to close up, once again, DM me the word or the phrase A plus credit. Put it in the chat real quick again for us, Apolline. A plus credit. If you want to join our A plus credit group, if you truly want transformation when it comes to your credit profile, when it comes to getting access to funding, when it comes to being able to transform your life so that way you can step into a new life, a bigger and better life with more more opportunity, then go ahead and DM me the phrase A plus credit. and we'll put you in there. Shout out to my guy Abs. This is something that's transformative, and we're gonna continue this. We're gonna keep doing this throughout the week. We have a webinar tomorrow about turning your financial frustration into YouTube monetization. So if you want to be part of that, if you want access to the YouTube monetization class, DM me the word YouTube. So we got 2 DM call to actions right here, right? So A+ credit if you want to join our A+ credit group, and DM me YouTube, the word YouTube, if you want to join our financial frustration to YouTube monetization. This is a webinar. This is tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, family, we got the accountability calls tomorrow, so we got to jump off and get some rest. Peace, love, and beautiful energy. Shout out to everybody who came through and showed love and who was here for that meditation. I'm out of here. Mindset Mogul. I'll see y'all soon. Peace.
Family.